Hello, YouTubers. I'm back, and we have a special treat today. This is Arcee from the Transformers Bumblebee Cyberverse Adventures line, and it also comes with the build-a-figure parts to make Macadam. Now, personally, I don't collect Cyberverse toys. Never have. Maybe a few here and there, but I thought the Arcee release was pretty decent compared to what we're going to get with Earthrise. So let's take a good look at the packaging really quick here. As you can see, you can build my man right here, Macadam. See that right there? And see her in the packaging. She comes with weapons, and she's got that, and she's got that. Looks like blades, and I think you get the shoulder pieces as well as the weapon for Macadam. Like I said, I really haven't watched the show too much, but I know he's a Build-A-Figure, and he actually turns into a base. But you do get the two blue swords, kind of similar to that of the Generations Arcee. Still very good figure. And you get this little pink gun, if you can see it here in the corner. That's the top of the box. That's the side of the box. Again, with the Build-A-Figure of Macadam. On the back, shows you the different figures, and you gotta buy a lot here. You gotta buy Prime, a Megatron, a Shockwave, a Bumblebee, a Hot Rod, a Grimlock, Arcee, of course, and then the Thunder Howl, which is number 8. You know what? I hate Build-A-Figure. I'm just gonna say that. This is why I don't collect that Marvel Legends stuff. I don't really collect people, so doesn't really matter. And then on the side here, you got Bumblebee with Optimus Prime, and there's a picture of Hot Rod. The cartoon's not bad. It's decent, but not my cup of tea. And of course, there is the top of the box. And we'll return. We'll go ahead and open the box and pull out the parts. And we're back. Package contents are available to look at. And before we start looking at the figure, let's just look at what you get with the Macadam figure. Of course, you get these two parts, which are the shoulder pylons again, so you can see what they look like. And they feel like a kid's toy plastic, just to let you know. And then you get this hammer mace type weapon. Okay, that's what we're going to get. And that's it for the parts for Macadam. And he will be going back in the box, as well as her, because like I said, I don't collect it. But I thought that the Arcee was a strong enough figure to buy, and it's Arcee. And you know, a lot of times, Arcee in smaller lines kind of holds their value. So, upon looking at the figure itself, I have to say that this is a very nice looking figure. And the articulation is there. She's got the big backpack. You know, the arms, they're okay. I mean, that's about what they do. The fists do not rotate. So this is what you're going to get as far as poses and everything of that nature. The head turns. Of course, she can't look behind her, which, well, a lot of Arcees can't, except for if you have the Titans Return limited release Arcee, which I do have that too, but that actually belongs to my wife. You know, that's basically Blur. Now, she comes with these weapons. I don't really know if they're swords, because like I said, I don't know. I'm sorry, but apparently she can hold them and they have holes in them, which you can see right there. So I just kind of want to make it like this, but the way they have it is, you know, like she's shooting out beams or something, I guess, and that's what you're supposed to do with it. But I personally, I like you know, her having swords. Like, I don't get that, you know, like what kind of laser are you shooting there, you know? Now, the head sculpt, a lot of people say her eyes are bug eyes, but I've watched the cartoon enough to, let's move that down so the product placement can be shown. I watched the cartoon enough of it to say that this is very accurate. I mean, it looks nice. It does. This is not a bad feeling figure. I haven't heard great things about Cyberverse, but, you know, hey. And she does have a waist swivel. Nice. I mean, it's almost if she didn't have that head, she could kind of fit in Classics Chug line. But I like it. I mean, I'm torn because now I want to collect it, and I know in a way that the figures, I don't like them, and I don't really want to drop the money trying to build the macadamia nut figure, but that's what I'm going to call them if I mistakenly, right, yeah, I'm still on the fence with that, but this figure is a must-have. And here's the Generations Arcee. Like I said, this is mine because my wife, she keeps her toys. She keeps her toys separate from mine. And she has nothing but Arcees. But that's another story for another day. Compared to Generations, there's no question that I still think that this is the best Arcee. As far as even a backpack, because of the fact that her backpack folds now. So we're not talking what Earthrise is going to give us is just, some kind of figure in a shell, which, again, not everything that comes out in a newer is better. Sometimes the even older technology is better to an extent. But this just goes to show you how well, when Hasbro puts their mind to it, can make a figure. And Generations Arcee is one of those figures that, let's just say they did a good job. I like the black. I know some people prefer the more all pink and white black paint job, but I prefer this paint job because it gives her a sense of roughness, that black outline, breaking up that pink and white, give her sort of a, hey, more than meets the eye. I can basically mesh you up. I've got swords, I got guns, and they're not cute. They're here to do business. We're here to go to war. So, and that's what it's all about. They're fighting the Decepticons. I just wish he had an Autobot symbol. But, they're very much different versions of this Generation Arcee. This is the first one. This is my favorite, and it works. This one is my favorite too, and the fact that the box is easy to open, I will definitely be keeping her in the box and probably having her on display since she doesn't really fit into the collection that I have. But I will say the articulation, hands down, is nice. I mean, like I said, it's just the arms. Maybe the arms don't have quite the bend, but even then, that's the same bend as Arcee. The weapon, like I said, let me see. I don't know. I don't get it. Maybe, is it swords? Is it, she's shooting blasters? I don't know. But, that's the thing now. Everybody has to have blasters these days. But other than that, no. I mean, they did a fantastic job. This is one of the better figures. All right, so we're going to go back and then transform her. My goodness, they are. The PC police are going to get me. And through the power of YouTube magic, we'll be right back. And we're back due to YouTube magic. Car mode is a win. I just transformed it. It wasn't that hard to transform. Yeah, it's a little shelly, but her legs actually fold on the back. So I give her a pass for not just having her whole body being covered in a shell. And it's very neatly done. Wow, the gun store's here. And this is the side of the car. So you can see it there. That's the back of the car. There's the top, the other side, and of course the front. It's got headlights. Wow. I have to say, this is fantastic. Earthrise should have had this. Earthrise should have been this, but just more refined into the Earthrise. And, this would have worked too. But I know we want to keep the G1 aesthetic. Well, we'll see how that works out when we get it. I don't really want to compare this to Generations because, like I said, they're such polarizing lines between the two that there's no comparison, as they're vastly different. But here's Generations Arcee, and still Generations Arcee is still one of my favorites. I don't, they're different versions, but this is not about her. But this is still one of my favorites. And the thing is, this transforms, there's a transformation. You see that. And that's what makes this toy, and I probably have the arms wrong, I guess, but who cares? I only transformed this like once in a blue moon. Literally, she stands in robot mode. She's been in robot mode for 5 years. Because I only pulled it off the shelf once to show a friend. But, you know, this is still a fantastic iteration of a toy. I think it's, you know, I still love this Arcee. I still think it's one of my favorite Arcees, you know, hands down. And I do play with it, like I said, but where I like this car mode too, I really do like this car mode. I like this car mode too. I'm so torn. I just can't believe how much I'm impressed by this figure. If you could find her, get her. Then you're gonna like the transformation. Like I said, she's perfect. I can't see anything wrong. You know, okay, what? Let's try to nitpick. There's nothing wrong with her. Yeah, the car mode is really, it's just cute. It's just so cute. Like I couldn't stop looking at it. It took me a while, and I had to reshoot this part, and I couldn't stop looking at it. I really couldn't. I just, wow, it's just awesome. Now we're gonna get back to the final thoughts of the figure, and we'll wrap it up. Final thoughts. Awesome figure. Decently posable figure. Great looking. Just paint job. Articulation is decent for these Cyberverse figures. Overall, she is fantastic. I wish I was a Cyberverse collector, but sadly I'm not. So she's going to go back into the box and, you know, on my collector side of things where I keep it in the box. But I did want to get the experience to open her up, and I have to say, fantastic job. I love the way she looks. I wish that the Earthrise took cues from this and improved it instead of just, I don't know. But anyway, go out and get this figure. She's very cheap. $20. Yeah, typical price. She's available at Target online right now. So that's very good. Well, there's not much I could say about it. I mean, if you don't like her, that's understandable, but there are others that do. And so I give this figure, in my opinion, a 10 out of 10 because it does what it's supposed to do. Yeah, it doesn't have the pivoting hands and all that stuff, but think about the line and think about the toy, and it's fantastic. And if you can swap the head, if there was like a way to swap the head and put like the Arcee head on there, whoo, you'd have a tough sale trying to get me to even put my generations up there. But other than that, this is a great figure. Go out and buy it. 10 out of 10 for me, and add her to your collection. And this is Ed Talks, or the Toy Addict 1, and saying have a nice night, have a nice day, and keep getting those toys, people.